Are we? Okay, good. I'll call this meeting to order for April 14th, 2025, regular board meeting of Antelope Valley College. Roll call.
Trustee Harvey? Here. Trustee Reeves?
Here.
Trustee Gaines?
Here.
Trustee Buffalo?
Here.
Trustee Adams?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Public comments announcement. Pursuant to board policy number 2350, public comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person. All speakers who would like to comment regarding a matter on the agenda must submit a public comment card to the board president or the recording secretary before the point in the meeting at which the agenda item is called. Public comment cards are available at the information table in the middle of the theater from the recording secretary or online. Do we have any no public comments? So we will re-adjourn back to closed session. Thank you very much. we ready? We're good? Very good. Okay, we're now reconvening the public session. Roll call, please.
Student trustee Rivera.
Present.
Trustee Harvey.
Here.
Trustee Reeves.
Here.
Trustee Gaines.
Here.
Trustee Buffalo.
Here.
Trustee Adams.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I'll ask Mr. Buffalo to lead us in the pledge, please.
Everybody turn and face the flag. Put your hand over your heart and begin with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. May I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
So move. Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. Number 9, report of closed session action. No action was taken for closed session. Number 10, public comments. Public comment announcement. Pursuant to board policy number 2350, public comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person. All speakers who would like to comment regarding a matter on the agenda must submit a public comment card to the board president or the recording secretary before the point in the meeting at which the agenda item is called. Public comment cards are available at the information table in the middle of the theater, from the recording secretary, or online. And we do have some public comment cards. Pamela Ford.
Good evening. I just wanted to share something with you. I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Rashida Brownie-Lease since 2021, when the previous dean retired. What I've experienced working with Rashida is the example of a true leader. She embodies empowerment, helping people see and grow within themselves. Just as her door is always open, so is she. When a problem is brought to her, she doesn't react by choosing up sides and exacerbating the situation. Instead, she works with parties to help find ways to solution. In a lifetime, you probably don't experience many supervisors who, when they leave, you are left grieving. For me, Rashida Brownie-Lease is that person. I have shared some of the best laughs and even a few tearful moments with her over the years. And trust me, the tears will keep coming upon her departure. I have experienced so much growth and advancement under her tutelage, and for that, I'm grateful. AVC is losing a real asset that it will come to regret. For Rashida, it's not just taking her talent, her experience, and education with her. She's taking our hearts. Rashida saw an opportunity and she took it. She saw a branch for growth and reached for it. She realized her potential and soared forward. She heard the call beckoning her and acknowledging what she had to offer, and she answered it. Go forth, Rashida. We are all through the tears, proud of you and wishing you the best. Rashida, as we all know, there will always be obstacles to overcome, hurdles to cross and hills to climb. But keep doing what you're doing, and before you know it, all of your goals will be achieved. In the meantime, I will leave you with these parting words that you and I value. Let them. Congratulations and thank you, Rashida. All the best to you.
Thank you. Jason Bowen.
I was having a little trouble with this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. President-elect Patty McClure, Mr. Wang. Trustees, colleagues, tonight I want to take a moment to reflect on a growing and troubling trend. Recently, we've seen the departure of talented, capable professionals from this institution, individuals whose contributions mattered and whose absence will be felt. Some who have left have made it clear why they are departing. They've communicated that they're leaving because of the toxic environment they found themselves in, and some of you, as members of the board, have received emails from individuals who've indicated that they're resigning, and they provided the reasons why. I worry that the district doesn't fully grasp the implications of this. Talented, confident individuals do not have to stay. This is not a dictatorship. This is a public community college in the state of California in the United States of America. People are free to walk away, actually, especially when they feel their integrity is under attack, their work is unappreciated, or their future is uncertain. These departures should not be dismissed as routine attrition. When good people leave, they take with them more than just their labor. They take institutional memory, creativity, initiative, and trust, things that are incredibly hard to replace. And we have to ask, why are they leaving? The answer more often than not is this: we are not fostering a culture of growth. We have fostered a culture of fear, a culture where people are not empowered, where they are surveilled, a culture where progress is measured by how many disciplinary investigations are open, not by how many employees are supported or developed. I addressed this at the last board meeting. This is not sustainable, it is not healthy, and it is not how we build a thriving college community. So what does it take to keep good people? People like the employees in HR, like those in payroll, like Debbie Clark Hackenberg. It takes respect, it takes mentorship, it takes clear pathways for professional growth, it takes leadership that listens, not leadership that punishes, it takes a deep understanding that people don't thrive under pressure, they thrive under purpose. People leave when they no longer feel safe, seen, or supported. If we want to reverse this trend, if we want to build a culture that attracts and keeps great people, great talent, we must commit to something better. We must invest in leadership that elevates rather than intimidates. We must rebuild trust. We must move from control to collaboration, from fear to development. Because the truth is, we don't keep good people by accident. We keep them by design. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to 11.1, public hearing. We will now conduct a public hearing to receive input. The Antelope Valley Federation of Teachers initial proposal to the Antelope Valley College District for collective bargaining agreement negotiations for 2025 to 2028. Are there any public comments? Any board discussion on this item? Hearing none, there will be no further discussion. Public hearing is now closed. Item 12. Do I have a card? Consent agenda. I do have a card for 12.3. Panel forward.
This is for the record. I'm appealing to you today on behalf of the Federation regarding the termination of a probationary employee. Article 16.3 of the collective bargaining agreement states, probationary unit members shall be evaluated by their immediate supervisor. The first evaluation comes at the end of the second month, and the final one would be at the end of the 6th month. Nowhere in the CBA does it state that training would substitute for a performance appraisal. This was brought to the attention of the VP of CPL, and the Federation was met with the response that the CBA does state that the above schedule does not prevent dismissal of such members at any time, that they can terminate whenever they want. Agreed, it may not, but shouldn't dismissal require the district to ensure all their ducks are in a row, that they have followed every step to helping the employee to be successful by the use of a performance appraisal? I ask the question because according to the new and returning employee orientation, which I have here, the orientation states that that employees are told that they'll have 2 performance evaluations before they make their probation. That wasn't the case. When is the district going to live by the guiding principles it has agreed to when it comes to the serious nature of employee terminations? The district is trained in Frisk about the significance of employee performance appraisals. When is the district going to be required to abide by the CVA and the district's guiding principles? The board's determination of the sufficiency of the cause for disciplinary action of a classified employee shall be conclusive. That's what board policy says. The district is trained in Frisk about the significance of employee performance appraisals. The board's determination is important. It means all measures have been taken and all precautions have been followed. If a step is ignored, is that considered conclusive? I would submit to the board to reconsider this recommendation and require the district to follow appropriate steps as per the CBA, which is also a part of board policy. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, may I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda by unanimous consent?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13, action items. 13.1, approval of resolution number 24-25/18 to abolish CMSA positions. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And I do have a card on this one. Jason Vaughn.
Trustees, I'd like to comment on agenda item 13.1. I have quite a bit to say. This is good news. Eliminating the general counsel and paralegal positions is the right move. Honestly, these positions never should have been approved in the first place. From the beginning, there were concerns. I certainly have spoken about those concerns. Others have spoken about those concerns. We expressed that bringing in an in-house attorney would change the culture and not for the better, and that's exactly what happened. When you put an attorney, no offense to all the attorneys present, at the center of every decision, every issue starts getting treated like a legal case. Not a misunderstanding, not a tough conversation, not a moment to learn and grow, but a liability. That might make sense in a courtroom, but AVC isn't a courtroom, it's a college. It's supposed to feel more like a family than a firm. And families don't work when every disagreement turns into a deposition. Imagine a home where every mistake gets formalized, where everything you say gets scrutinized, where there's no room for grace, no benefit of the doubt. That's not discipline, that's dysfunction. You don't build strong relationships through surveillance and paperwork. You build them with trust, with support, with the belief that people are doing their best even when they fall short, which we often do, being human. Colleges should be places where people feel secure enough to speak up, to take risks, and yes, even to make mistakes, because they know they'll be met with understanding, not accusations. But when the default posture is legal, people stop showing up honestly. They retreat, they protect themselves, and eventually they leave. This whole approach started under the last president, who leaned heavily on lawyers and consultants instead of listening to the people actually doing work, instead of implementing what has worked for so many decades at our home. It created a cold, top-down environment where employees weren't supported, they were managed like liabilities. And the worst part, it was entirely predictable. We saw it coming, we said something, but the warnings were ignored. And that brings me to a bigger point. Will this board listen to those who stand up here and share their concerns? Do you really listen to the public, to the students, to your employees? To me, do you hold your one employee, the president of the college, accountable? Back in 2019, I came to you and said, don't eliminate winter intercession. I showed you board policy. I showed you the contract language. I laid it all out. Others laid it all out, but it didn't matter. You didn't listen. And because you didn't listen, that decision hurt this community. It hurt students, and it cost the taxpayers financially, legally, and it cost us reputationally. My hope is that going forward, at these meetings, you actually do listen to those bringing you their concerns and actually consider that you may need to table an item or vote no. I'd like to conclude with expressing my relief that these two legal positions are being eliminated tonight. They didn't belong in this environment. We don't need an internal legal department turning every disagreement into a case file. But I'll say this, the public you serve has good ideas. Your employees have good ideas, and they care about Antelope Valley College. Listen to them. Listen to us. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second on 13.1. Any discussion? Advice?
I approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. Item 13.2, approval of resolution number 24-25/19 to abolish classified positions. May I hear a motion?
Second.
And I do have a card on this one. Pamela Ford.
This is for the record. We have asked in earnest the district roll this matter over into bargaining. The district continues to resist. I would like a written response from the Board of Trustees as to why this matter is being rushed, as the district itself acknowledges these positions have been vacant. Positions are being removed from the Federation. The district is not bargaining anything in exchange, even though we submitted a demand to bargain with the district. When the district issued its sunshine document, since they knew they were going to eliminate positions, why didn't they include this on their sunshine document? Why is there a need on the part of the VP of CPL to blindside the Federation? Lastly, for those of you familiar with bargaining, there is no set end date to bargaining. Quite frankly, I was taken aback because anyone familiar with bargaining would have understood that there's not an end date. If bargaining had begun the day after the last board meeting, we still would have been in bargaining. And I understand that Barbara Gaines wanted a decision, the results of bargaining brought back to this board meeting. But that's not how bargaining works, if there's any familiarity with bargaining. Because bargaining includes give and take, research, a sharing of ideas, submitting counter proposals, and so forth. I'm asking once again, I'm appealing to you board members, if you're hearing me, that this item be rolled over into bargaining? Or is it the board's practice to endorse administrators continually not following bargaining practices? Thank you.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second for 13.2. Any further discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, I believe it should be rolled over to another meeting.
Any other discussion? Advice?
I abstain.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No?
That passes with 4 yes votes, 1 no vote. Mr. Reeves is the no vote. 13.3. Approval of services agreement between Stan McKnight and Associates Incorporated and Antelope Valley Community College District to conduct a classification and compensation study for confidential management supervisor and administrator CMSA positions. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.4, approval of increase not to exceed NTE amount between Adams, Durick, and Commonstein, ADK, and Antelope Valley Community College District for professional legal services relating to Title IX investigations. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Yes, Mr. President. We just eliminated the counsel position for the college, and we're referring our legal matters to Mr. Wang and his law firm. Why do we need to have multiple law firms on the outside to do it? And don't tell me that they're specialized and all that stuff. If you don't want a general counsel at the college and you're referring your cases to another law firm, then why can't that law firm handle all the outside cases?
Sir, this item is just merely an increase of the not to exceed of $9,500 to adequately, to pay the bill for a completed Title IX investigation. So this is not the engagement of a brand new law firm.
You know, I brought this up, we've talked about this for years, about law firms, outside law firms. Now, how do we get these outside law firms? Does anybody know? Or are they referred to us by other colleges? I'll tell you what happens on this deal. Law firms refer their buddies to other law firms, and those referring law firms get a cut. So I want to know how we get these people referred to us, and if someone down the line all these years is getting a cut for referring these law firms. Is that a difficult question?
It's not a difficult question. However, your question makes some pretty serious assumptions. Most of the law firms that we are engaged with, the institution has been engaged with for years, even though there was in-house general counsel. And so, the elimination of general counsel, the abolishment of that position in that department, is a separate issue from the firms that we engage, because the district has been engaging law firms all along, even though there was general counsel in-house. So they're kind of two separate topics of conversation.
No, but when you sign these agreements with these law firms and they have a referring law firm, I think Mr. Wang knows that they have to say so-and-so, the referring law firm is getting a cut, and no one has all these years, whether it's 20 years or what, has ever said anything about these contracts if someone's getting a cut for referring the law firms.
All contracts come before the board, sir, and so those are there for the board's perusal and the public's perusal. The board votes and the college takes action.
Thank you.
If I may. Trustee Reeves, I have never received any cut for recommending another law firm, and some of the firms that the district does coordinate with, in addition to my firm, they're competitors. So I don't want to give my competitors a cut. I don't know what you're referring to when you assert that there is a cut. I would be happy to show or provide any documentation on the subject and look into that if you so suggest and desire.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on 13.4? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
No.
Passes with 4 yes votes, 1 no vote. Mr. Reeves is the no vote. 13.5, approval of academic policies and procedures, AP&P, committee's recommendations for course listing for fall of 2025. May I hear a motion?
So move. Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.6, approval of agreement between Palmdale School District and Antelope Valley College for hands-on field work experience in child and family education in PSD classrooms. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.7, approval of the 2025 Facilities Service Plan. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, are we getting a presentation
There have been past presentations. If you have, Vice President Barr is prepared to address any questions that you might have, sir. The plan is before you in paper form. So if you just refer to the page that you have your questions from, Vice President Barr will address your questions.
So we don't have it on the screen for the public to see it as we go through it?
This plan was presented previously by Deborah Shepley from Gensler.
You know, I've asked that this be referred another time, but I don't think it's going to pass. But I'll go through here. One of the things that I went through here in the packet was about Soar High School. Now, are we going to build a new high school? Do I understand that?
Soar High School does need a new building, and that new building is included in this facility service plan. This plan does not determine who's going to build it, and you know that obviously is a discussion further down. What this plan does do is outline the need for a new high school.
Okay. I don't see how. Is there in? Can you tell me what page it is that has how this is going to all be paid for?
So the facility service plan it's a 10-year plan that discusses the needs of the institution. It does not go into the financial aspects of how it's going to be paid for. It's really intended to assess the institution currently and assess its needs looking out 10 years ahead.
So this is just your desire, something you're looking at, or is this in stone if we approve it? This is what's going to happen.
By statute, we need to have a facilities master
This is what's
plan.
going to happen, but you don't know how much it's going to cost.
Right. So
How are you
right
gonna
now,
find
the
it?
campus community came together to put together a
So you want
plan.
to buy the car, but you don't know if you have the money or where you're going to get the money to buy
Sir,
the
if
car.
I could interject, the purpose of this.
Madam President, I think it's polite to ask the chair to be recognized and not interrupt someone when they're speaking.
President Zillett, will you please address Mr. Reeves?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Forgive me for any interruption. Having been recognized by the chair, the point of
Well,
a
I haven't
facility
yielded the
service
floor to
plan.
you for you to speak. I think that's how it goes.
Okay, I'll
So
wait for the
would you
floor
let
to be
me
yielded.
continue and then you can speak? Okay. So you don't have any, how are we going to finance this? Is this in the consideration for this plan?
A potential bond measure is in
What
discussion.
thought? Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. I yield the floor to the President.
Thank you, sir. I reiterate, the purpose of a facility service plan is long-term planning. It's a collaborative, participatory planning document that the whole campus has taken part in. It's gone through our Strategic Planning and Budget Committee. It has also been presented to the board on a few occasions. This is a goal for the district to aim for, and the other mechanisms, as we begin to realize different parts of the goal, then we discuss how we make that happen. So I just want there to be clear understanding that the purpose of this document is it's statutory required. We have to have it. But the purpose of this document is not to delineate the funding streams for each and every building that's in here.
Madam President, College President, we have to have this document because it's what we're going to do the next few years? Is that what you're saying to me?
It's our goal. It's what we aim to do, but we know that plans are modified and change over time.
But you said we have to do it by state statute or something?
What I said, sir, to be clear, and I apologize if I was unclear, this document is required. We have to have a long-term plan. So this document is required of the college. It's required of the district to submit a long-term facilities development plan.
To the chancellor's office or the
To
state
the
or
state,
what?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No,
Passes with 4 yes votes, 1 no vote. Mr. Reeves is the no vote. 13.8, approval of sub-grant agreement between the Foundation for California Community Colleges and Antelope Valley Community College District to facilitate the adoption and sustainability of the program Pathways Mapper, PPM. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.9, approval to utilize Sourcewell Cooperative Agreement with L.N. Curtis and Sons for purchases of firefighter protective gear equipment with foundation funds. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Yes, Mr. President. I looked at the, this is 13.9 and 13.10 are going to be using foundation funds for this equipment. And I looked at the agreement that was with that, and the agreement was signed in 2022. So if we're approving this, shouldn't it be a current agreement? Why did the agreement say 2022? And we're approving it now.
I would have to revisit the agreement documents. This is an approval, they're requesting approval to purchase this equipment now. I'm sorry, I don't have my computer in front of me to
Well,
pull
the
up the
agreement is
document.
2022.
If I may, Madam Chair
Yes,
and Chair, the 2022 agreement was something a contractor that has already had business with the Fire Academy. So they're just tapping into a competitive bid to be able to supply the Jaws of Life under a current 2025 grants program from the foundation. So that's why the original agreement was there in 2022.
But shouldn't that be updated if you want our approval this year?
We have a competitive bid from them for these particular services that they're providing, which is the Jaws of Life and the trailer to carry it with. They just already had an agreement with the organization. But we had a competitive bid by 3 or 4 other companies as well.
But Diane, I thought that foundation funds were supposed to be used for scholarships and stuff. Is this because?
We have a grants program, so if you remember, our Wine Walk fundraiser raises funds for faculty grants program. This year, we gave the largest amount that we've ever given, and the Jaws of Life was one of those, through application and review.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The piggyback was approved in 2022, but it was good through 2028.
Okay.
Thank you.
Vice President.
Any further discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.10, approval to utilize Sourcewell Cooperative Agreement with L.N. Curtis and Sons for purchases of law enforcement equipment with foundation funds. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.11, approval to utilize the Foundation for California Community Colleges subscription agreement with Ex Libris for purchases of software. May I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.12, approval to extend the use of the Foundation for California Community Colleges Administrative Services agreement with Planet Bids Incorporated for district e-procurement services. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.13, approval of services agreement between NE Systems Incorporated and Antelope Valley College contract with NE Systems for installation and migration of firewalls and network administration services. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Yes. Any systems? Could someone tell me about that? And not only that, security and safety of our internet and our documents and things are highly important. So I would like to know more about any.
Any Systems is a vendor that we work with. They supply additional consulting services to the district and infrastructure-related support services. So we've relied on them for a number of years. They are partners of other community colleges as well and provide this type of services to other institutions as well.
All right, and has there been any issues with any relative to firewalls or network services?
Could you repeat that?
So have you ever had, since you've used them for a while now, is my understanding, have you had issues with NE relative to?
No.
Okay.
No. Thank you.
That's what's necessary. Thank
Yep,
you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 13.14, approval of master agreement field contract services between Jeff Donis, DBA JPA Builders, and Antelope Valley College to provide as needed general building contractor services through February 29th, 2028. May I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. With the indulgence of the board, I'd like to combine 1315, 1316, and 1317, as they all deal with scheduled maintenance funds. May I hear a motion to approve those 3 items?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. The board's indulgence, I'd like to combine 1318, 19, 20, and 21, as they all deal with major AV funds. May I hear a motion to approve those 4 items?
So move.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, I would like to comment on 1320 and 1321. May I go ahead?
Yes?
1320 is $150,000 revision for Cedar Hall. I want you to know that. That's something that we're paying for in addition. 13.21 is a notice of completion and resolution of acceptance on a Cedar Hall project, and that's $5,450,833.69. They're under their bid by $11,000. They have a letter with this resolution saying that they've completed the contractor. They completed the building and they want the $5 million. My thing was, should we require a letter of inspection that the building meets all the standards and so forth before we approve the $5 million payment to the contractor?
Sir, we have been making payments to this firm all along, and what this does, this notice of completion, it's the final retention that's paid out, and the building has been, going through inspections as well. So this was the steel portion of Cedar Hall.
So they didn't include the inspection report or anything with it. They just demand payment of the last payment.
So they bill and we pay as the project proceeds, and then there's a certain amount that we retain to ensure that the building is actually completed. That retention is now, we are in a place where we're comfortable providing that because they have completed all of their work, all of the siding is up. So this was the steel portion of the building.
Right.
Right, so now all the siding is up, the interior walls are up, so we are confident that the building is built to standard, and inspections have been ongoing.
Well, I'm confident my car will take me home, but I mean, do you have a paper to prove it?
We do have inspections to prove it.
Oh,
We can,
okay.
yeah, we can provide them.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Further discussion? Advice?
Approve.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes with 5 yes votes. 14, reports and announcements. 14.1, Academic Senate, Hal Huntsman.
Good evening, trustees, President Zealot, Ms. McClure, Mr. Wang. I would like to join my colleagues, and I think you as well, in expressing concern over the loss of valuable employees at our college. I think you've heard me speak enough to know that I think people are more important than programs and more important than buildings and pretty much anything, if you're to be honest. People are the most important thing to me. And I think we're losing some really important people. On a lighter note, we really have to find out who is going to be our new grill master. But on a more serious note, we need to be very seriously looking at, bringing in people who are going to not fill the shoes that are being vacated, because that would be difficult, especially in the short term. But people who can grow and can be hitting the ground running and really being a part of our community. The losses that my colleagues have mentioned, faculty feel it very, very hard. And it's I can admit to I'm kind of tired today. And I think it's partly that time of year where it's, people are getting through the middle of the term, and I think a lot of my colleagues share that. But the loss of the folks also adds to the emotional tiredness. So I just want to really stress the importance of bringing in good folks to help us out. I'd also like to talk about one of my colleagues, as I like to do, and share some good news for you. Today I'd like to celebrate Heidi Williams. Heidi is an English instructor who dedicates her time, energy, and heart to her students and to the college. She currently shares department chair duties with another faculty member, but she has previously served terms as the sole chair of the English department and the academic development chair. She was instrumental in curriculum changes to add a support course for English 101, resulting in the AVC English Department's recent award for closing achievement gaps and for our Latinx students. She is a member of the AP&P committee, one of the most time-consuming and most difficult committees to be a part of, and she is also a member of the Academic Senate. She is an amazing instructor who is well-loved by her students. She is energetic, enthusiastic, and encouraging to her students and colleagues. Heidi is an example of a true teacher at heart, and our college and community benefit from her excellent work. Thank you.
Thank you. 14.2, Antelope Valley College Federation of Teachers, Dr. Bowen.
Thank you, President Adams. Trustees, I do have some good news to share. I don't know how long this is going to last, so we'll take advantage of it while we can. Recently, I was in a meeting with an administrator, a dean, and employees, and something unexpected happened, something that gave me real hope. At the start of the meeting, the administrator said, I quote, paraphrasing, "The purpose of this meeting is to try to resolve the issue and avoid an escalation. We want to resolve matters at the lowest level. And then they looked at me, and I said, well, wonderful, to myself. I just sat there for a second. I had to take it in, because that has not been the experience that I've had in recent years in these types of meetings. We've watched a culture take hold where everything gets escalated too fast, too far, too unnecessarily, where problems that could have been solved with the conversation and acknowledgement of the board policies and collective bargaining agreement turn into investigations and hearings, including hearings at the Public Employees Relations Board, where too often employees feel like they're walking into interrogations with predetermined outcomes, not discussions. That's the climate that we've been working in. That's the climate that I've been working in. I'm not making this up. But this meeting was different. This administrator came to the table with an incredible spirit. They listened, they asked questions, they made observations, and most importantly, they came not with predetermined conclusions, but they came to understand. They acted like a peacemaker. And in that moment, I thought, this is what it should be. This is how it should have been. And I had to acknowledge that my expectations were different, and I apologized for having different expectations. We're not always going to agree. That's the nature of the work. But when people come to the table looking for resolution, looking for fairness, looking for common ground, there's always a way forward. That's how you build a college everyone wants to work for and work at. That's how you retain talent. That's how you build trust. That's how you avoid the damage we've seen, damage I've spoken about many times, damage we're observing now. I want to be clear. This one meeting last week, as great as it was, as incredible as it was, doesn't undo the patterns that have harmed this institution. We still have a long way to go. But moments like this, they matter. They signal that a different way is possible, that there are people in leadership who want to do things differently and are capable of doing things differently. And I want to say publicly, if this moment portends the future, then I welcome it. I will meet it with openness and collaboration. Our union will meet it with professionalism and partnership, and we'll be in a position where we can actually come to board meetings and share nothing but good news from beginning to end. Because what we want is not conflict. We want dignity. We want voice. We want a healthy workplace. And when we see a step in that direction, we'll honor it. Let's keep moving that way. Last week proved that we can, because we have work to do, and we'll get further together than apart and give our students what they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you. 14.3, Antelope Valley College Federation of Classified Employees. Pamela Ford.
The unions have been referenced by the board as they do what they do, as if we're not agents of the community college. That's false. It's a false assessment. I'm probably more committed to this college than those of you who choose to rail against me. I was a student who earned a degree here. I was also an hourly, a student worker, and an employee. And my youngest granddaughter is now going here. My family has recruited many students to AVC. On my daily errands as a community member, I engage people in conversation about AVC and the benefits of attending. So I respectfully ask that you refrain from ignoring the fact that I am a part of this campus community and that the well-being of this campus and its employees truly matters to me. Having been a student and an hourly, you get a different perspective about AVC. Your excitement grows as you build your life around your education. And some sigh in relief of the day that they can actually become an employee of the college after they finish all of their education. As union leaders, and something you may have forgotten or not be aware of, there is a large population of students who have become employees, counselors, instructors, and administrators here at AVC. We enter into agreements with AVC and anticipate the guides will be followed. When you stop following the guiding documents, including the CBA, what you're doing is you're openly endorsing mistreatment of employees and spending excessive funds as you terminate employees. And then you have to refill the positions like a revolving door instead of working to maintain employees, which is supported by the training that you pay for from Frisk, that you provide your managers and your administrators. There's nothing more frustrating than to listen to a manager talk on and on about how often they have to take off for work because of their children being sick and so forth. And then witness that same manager bring forth an employee for disciplinary action, if not termination, because of poor attendance. Are there two rule books? I've asked you this before, but I've never received an answer. Is there a rule book for employees and then another one for administrators, at least those you like? If the union's presence is making you wary, that can be easily remedied. Encourage your administrators to follow the guiding principles and move away from excessive punitive actions. And be mindful, a student today could be an AVC employee tomorrow. And I might caution y'all about that interrupting business. I got written up for it. Good evening.
Thank you. 14.4, confidential management, supervisory administrator employees. And is it,
I am a proxy for Ashley Hawkins. My name is Micah Darby. Greetings, board, Directora McClure, President, and Mr. Wang. I am the CMSA Secretary, and I will be sharing information on behalf of our group tonight. I'm very excited to be here. This is my first time in front of the mic. So I wanted to start by sharing that we are currently in our nomination process. So we will have a new CMSA board elected shortly. More information will be forthcoming on that. I would like to share also that we are live with our summer and fall schedules. A lot of great work goes into that process, and we are currently under preparation to receive students via the priority registration come May 6th. That is welcoming our students to the new term and academic year. I'd also like to share that the Degree Works kickoff call has launched. We are unfolding that project and hope to have an update for you in the future. Lastly, I would like to share an update received from facilities that it'll be the same time, new place. Cedar Hall will be open in time for board next month. So that's all we have. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Have a great night.
14.5, Associated Student Organization, Renee Lynn Wilson. I don't see her. Antelope Valley College Foundation, Diane Knippel.
Good evening, President and Board. Hang on. I'd like to specifically recognize our student trustee for a beautiful Antelope Valley Press article regarding all of the opportunities you will have in the future. I hope you make the right choice. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're to be commended. Good job. So scholarships, we awarded scholarships today to the tune of $348,000, the largest number we have ever awarded for 231 students. If you remember from last time, yeah. If you remember last time I said we increased our percentages by 63% of applications. I do want to thank faculty, my staff, and others for promoting the scholarships this year, Alejandro's team in marketing. We've been doing a little bit more PR campaign, and it showed off. And again, I can't help but say thank you to our donors. Our donors are the ones that bring the money in to be able to help and support our students. So I'm so happy today that we launched, and we've already had a couple of students come in and say, how do I get my money? So we're there to help them. So guess what? Wine Walk is still going, and I am so pleased to have support from tonight from Jason and Pavla for their support of the Wine Walk, and Hal, I know you've bought a ticket from one of our trustees, and another support as well from Kathy, former trustee. So we're going along really well. It's happening. I do have to say, every week now, but throughout the whole thing, our foundation board does what's called Wine Walk Wednesday update. And we count tickets for how many they're selling. We are a fundraising board, right? They should be selling tickets. I have to say, so I'm gonna put Jennifer on the spot. She is the #1 ticket seller at this moment at 16 tickets. Yay! There's a close second coming in with Frank Ramirez, so watch out. That's all I can say. Please, it's 2 weeks away. We got a lot to go on. It's going to be a great event. Everything's in place, and we're so proud to be able to use, Michael, the support that we gained from that for faculty grants. So everything goes that we earn, which is usually around $28,000 to $30,000 net, goes into our faculty grant program. So that's how we buy the Jaws of Life and other things that are supporting our students. So thank you all, appreciate you. Any questions, comments? Great, thank you.
Thank you. Office of Superintendent President, Dr. Zillette.
Good evening, trustees and student trustee. This month's meeting has a few bittersweet items on the agenda. Tonight's meeting is the last meeting that our student trustee, Anthony Rivera, will be on stage with us for the entire meeting. Next month, we will welcome a new student trustee, so tonight I would like to acknowledge Anthony's contribution to both the board meetings and the student body as a whole. Anthony has served for 2 years as a student trustee, first taking on this role as an incoming junior at Soar High School. Anthony has always approached our conversations with a hunger to learn and helpful insights from the student perspective, and over the last 2 years, I have valued our interactions. Anthony proved to be a wonderful thought partner, as over the last 2 fall welcome back days, we brainstormed questions for the student panels that we had, and his ideas always improved our conversation. It was his thought this past fall to have part of the questions designed by students and part of the questions designed by AI to see if the audience could really tell the difference. That portion of the morning offered many aha moments. While we will miss Anthony's participation on the board, we will send him off to amazing things. Graduating as this year's valedictorian at Soar High School, he has been accepted at several Ivy League universities, and he has decided on, Anthony?
To be determined.
Okay. Anthony will walk the stage celebrating the attainment of his high school diploma and not 1, not 2, but 3 Associate of Arts degrees. In all of his spare time, Anthony works with the Desert Dumping Task Force, and this summer he will intern with County Supervisor Catherine Barger before heading off to university. Anthony, we are so proud of you, and we wish you all the best in your future success. On tonight's personnel agenda, the board accepted resignations of 2 key administrators whom we send to their new promotions with all blessings and best wishes. Greg Borman and Dr. Rashida Brown-Elise have accepted VP positions at Taft College, and we are excited for them as they grow professionally. To assist in the transition in aerospace, industrial arts, and applied technologies, we welcome Dr. Vicki Mulvaney-Trask to serve that division while we open the search for a permanent dean. I'm also pleased to introduce our new athletic director, Mr. Joel Gunterman. Joel, would you like to say a few words to the board? Joel is here tonight.
I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. I'm a local kid, grew up here, actually born 2 miles away, graduated from high school 1 mile away. Went on my journeys throughout my athletics career, came back, excited to thrive in the Out Valley district, within the athletic department and within the community. So thank you for this opportunity, and I'm excited to be here. So thank you.
Welcome
Thank you,
aboard.
Joel. It was a wonderful competitive search. We're pleased to announce that Joel will join us bright and early tomorrow morning, and we look forward to the continued development of our athletic programs and the support of our student athletes. Also on tonight's personnel schedule is the retirement of Miss Patty McClure. In her time here, she's been the strength behind the successes of so many moments. As I've learned about the history of the college, Patty was one of the few people who never left their desk during COVID, ensuring that there was always a human on campus who could answer questions and find solutions. Patty has seen the college through many transitions in leadership, most recently training a new president and 4/5 of the VP team in the ways of Antelope Valley College. Patty has a way of letting people know that they are heard, no matter how irate a caller might be at the start of a phone conversation or office interaction. Patty's empathetic approach to solution seeking always brings a calm to the situation. From the photo messages to facilities, to the run of show with auxiliary services, to the day-to-day assurance of quality operations, Patty has done a phenomenal job performing a Herculean task. I curbed my final instinct to ask to pull her agenda item, for that would only be a selfish move, and as I have grown to know Patty, all I wish for her, I'm gonna make it, is beauty, relaxation, and joy in this next chapter. For all in transitions, I hope you find the peace and joy and opportunity. For those of us left behind to serve this community, we will continue to unite in our efforts to serve students and be kind. Thank you.
Thank you. Board member comments. Mr. Rivera.
First off, I'd like to thank the foundation for all the scholarships. A lot of students have been very happy today and very grateful for your support in their educational endeavors. And looking forward to that, the breakfast coming up. Second, thank you so much, President Zella. I greatly appreciate it. This night is very bittersweet. I'm going to really miss all of you guys every single night. I mean, every single month coming in, and I mean it. I'm gonna miss guessing when they're gonna come out of closed session with Patty and Hal. I'm gonna miss Hal's Faculty of the Month, and I'm gonna miss all the candy that they put out for us. And I'm gonna miss you, Patty. Patty is a superwoman, probably the most superwoman on this campus. It is incredible how fast she responds to emails, and she really just runs the show. And it's crazy to imagine an AVC without you, Patty. So thank you all for everything and all your support. I've greatly appreciated my tenure here as student trustee, and I have really enjoyed serving the students and you all. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
Yes, I was going to end with Patty, but since Anthony was so eloquent, I'll start with you, Patty. I'm also one of these heartbroken people that really just wants to fall out on the floor and have a whole fit. But I know that retirement is a beautiful thing. You and I graduated high school the same year, so I know what's up, and I'm so happy for you. But we have time for Patty. We're not done yet. I want to say to Dr. Rashida Brown, at least, that I am heartbroken that she will no longer be here. Rashida brings culture, kindness, class to ABC. She will be missed. Greg Borman, I know that he had a love of this college. I will never forget one interview that I was a part of that he participated in, and I know that he wanted opportunity. I wish him the best also. Just as we spoke of Patty, Rashida, and Greg, I want you guys to know something. Institutional knowledge matters. It matters so much. So as people are walking out of the doors of AVC, I know change is inevitable, but I am hoping that we are collecting the things that we need to be successful in the future. Arab American History Month, I want to make sure that I mention that it is celebrated and that we mention the contributions of Arab Americans here in this country. Third, the purpose of higher ed. I'm not going to go down a long speech, but the truth of the issue is there are so much research out there, and we can begin to read why people come to institutions of higher learning and what they want from that. I want every adult in this room, on this campus, to remember this school is about the students. Anytime we get to delving into adult stuff and it's all you hear, the teacher inside of me says, are we concentrating on our kids? Are we getting them where they need to be? We're losing the head of counseling. Are they receiving what they need? Because to me, that's the assignment to progress this community. And then last I want to say, Coach, I'm glad to see somebody local working right here at AVC. That's important. People leave this valley, they go to other places, to other states for opportunities that they should have right here at home. I'm a local. I'm not born and raised here, but once I buy in, you can see I drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, and last, I want to ask for your forgiveness and excuse me, please, for the month of May. I am about to become a grandmother. And thank you so much. My son, Sean, is having a daughter, Alana Dawn. I can't wait to meet her on May 11th. And therefore, you won't see me here, but just keep us all in your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reeves?
Anthony, I wish you the best, and I wish you would consider my alma mater, Boston University, as one of your schools. You would love it. Patty, I've done everything I could to try to persuade you to stay. I've threatened to go to court. The day I told you I was going to get armed guards to keep you from leaving the campus, I can't express how much we're going to miss you. And also, I grieve for the two deans that have left us. I really grieve for people when they leave the campus. I grieve for the people in the administration and the deans that have left this college. You're wonderful people, and I will never forget you, and you're always in my heart. And welcome, Coach. I'll be out there at the games. I go to all the football games since I've been on the board for the last 4 years. So everyone have a wonderful Easter and Passover, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Ms. Gaines?
Okay. I just wanted to say to Diane, that's an incredible amount of money. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that's almost up about 100,000 from last year. I spent last Saturday reading a lot of applications for scholarships, and they were all incredible for the Antelope Valley School Boards Association. And as you know, we narrowed it down to 2 with 3 alternates, and it took us quite some time to do that because there were so many good ones. But it's absolutely incredible to me that every year we are increasing the number. The foundation, when I say we, the foundation is increasing the number of scholarships we give to our students in the Antelope Valley, and thank you for that. I know you're a big part of that, and that's awesome. I also want to wish both of the deans who left us the very, very best in their new endeavors. They will be missed. They both very uniquely brought a lot of greatness to Antelope Valley Community College, and it's going to be a little bit difficult. I had the pleasure of working with Mr. Borman a lot through the CTE programs, and kind of just sad not knowing that he's no longer there. I want to welcome Mr. Gunterman to the AD position. I'm a grandmother of several athletes, but it's great to have a new athletic director here. And let's see, anything else? I think that's pretty much it. I just wish everyone a wonderful holiday. I did sell all my tickets, Diane. As a matter of fact, I hope you think I did something good today, because Steve was going to buy my 10th ticket, which would have meant I no longer had a ticket, so I convinced him to buy 2 tickets from Michael so I could buy my 10th ticket. So yeah, anyway, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Buffalo?
Well, Anthony, who's going to replace you? My goodness. First you, first your sister, and then you. Excellent, excellent. student reps. And I wish you the best of luck. Going to the Ivy League is going to be different, I'm sure. They have Ivy there. And so have a good time and stay out of the bars. Patty is, and you know, I always kind of tease Patty because she's really, they're not going to be able to replace her. I told Dr. Zealot, you're going to need 3 desks in this office to replace Patty, and then you'll be lucky if you get half the work done. So she's just done a great job, and I can send her pictures of gopher and squirrel holes, and they get to the right places, and she gets things done. And it's been great, and I know she's going to spend all of her time going to the movies, so I know I'll see her around there. Because when you're retired, you can do that. I'd like to say that welcome to our new athletic director. Do you like Indian food? Good, good. I knew there was a reason we hired you. So, excellent. So, baseball and softball are having very good seasons. They both are in the high 20s now in terms of wins, and that's been really good, and both teams are very, very competitive. As far as the rest of it, I will be there, Diane. Please do not let my wife in the building, okay? I just want you to keep her outside and talk, because it costs me a lot of money when she comes in. I mean, if you want somebody to bid on it, I'm sure a couple of our union people would put their names up there instead of me. Is that okay, guys? Good, thank you. So I guess that's really about it. I think things are going fairly well. I hate to see people leave. Somebody helped me, Mr. Borman, with getting additional nurses when I had people in the community contact me and getting extra positions for students, and I think that's working out well because I know several students who called me and said, hey, we got a position, so we got in the program. So thank you. That's it.
Since 1997, I've gone through a few executive assistants, and I can honestly say that, Patty, you've been an absolute joy to work with. You've made my job as a board member much easier than it could have been, and I appreciate all you've always done to help us out and run these meetings good. It's a credit to you that things run as smoothly as they do and riots don't break out. Our next board meeting is May 12th, 2025, and it will be at Cedar Hall. And more details to come as we move along. And we are adjourned.